Honorable Percival Percy Indanya of Bayan Party List, recognized. Please proceed.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Speaker, at marami pong salamat at magandang hapon sa ating mga kasamahan in this august chamber. Forgive my French, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Shit happens. Shit happens. Sinabi ito ng isang senador 6 years ago matapos mabarel ang 3-year-old na si Micah Ulpina noong kasagsagan ng drug war. Bago si Micah ay ang 5 taong gulang na si Danica May Garcia. Bago si Danica, ang 4 na taong gulang na si Skyler Abatayo. They were not the first nor the last, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, this November, we celebrate Children's Month. This representation would like to commemorate the hundreds of innocent children who were caught in the crossfire of the bloody, brutal, and anti-poor war on drugs. We in Akbayan echo their families' call for justice. Napakabigat pong gunitain ang buwan na ito, lalo na tila kinalimutan na lamang natin at sinantabi ang padaghoy ng mga magulang na nawalan ng anak. These children died during police operations ordered by authorities. So no, Mr. Senator, shit just doesn't happen. If we could all recall, former President Rodrigo Duterte promised to get rid of illegal substances, Davao style. Thereafter, the Philippine National Police issued Command Memorandum Circular number 16/2016, which introduced Oplan Tokhang. Oplan Tokhang literally means to knock and plead. But to the collective memory of Filipinos, Oplan Tokhang is now synonymous with extrajudicial killings. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, these extrajudicial killings were not ordinary murders. They were cold-blooded acts of violence, state-sponsored, systemic, shameless. Kasama ng pagpaslang kina Mika, 3 taong gulang, Danica, 5 taong gulang, Skyler, 4 na taong gulang at iba pang mga bata ang simula ng pagkawala ng ating pagpapahalaga sa buhay ng tao. Ang simula ng pagkamanhid natin sa walang habas na karahasan. On Children's Month, no less, we choose to remember these children. On Children's Month and every month, we honor their pain. Kasama ang mga batang ito, ang 300,000 taong na aresto at 12 hanggang 30,000 pinatay. Subalit sa mga kasong ito, hanggang ngayon, hindi man lang mabibilang sa ating mga madariri ang nahatulan sa korte. 8 pa lamang, muli po, 8 pa lamang ang nako-convict. In these convictions, only low-ranking police officers were brought to court. Their superintendents and commanding officers, the chiefs who were the main architects of these violent drug operations, seem to have washed blood off their hands. Nakakadismaya na sa tagal na ng ating mga institusyong pandemokrasya, hindi pa rin natin napapanagot ang mga salarin. Nakakagalit na wala pa rin katarungan para sa mga biktima dito. Nakapanlulumo na kailangan na pang makuha ang hustisya sa International Criminal Court sa The Hague. That is why the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte by the ICC is an important step towards accountability. And we most certainly welcome the imminent arrest of Senator Bato de la Rosa and other architects of the drug war. Sabi nga po, sa bato-bato peak, talo ng papel ang bato. At kapag lumabas na ang papel na huhuli sa bato, panalo ang katarungan, panalo ang taong bayan, panalo ang mga patuloy na lumalaban at ang mga sinabi nilang ng laban. Again, shit happens. This time, Mr. Speaker, and my dear colleagues, justice happens. Kung maalala po natin sa ating pagdinig sa Quadcom noong 19th Congress, sabi ni Nanay Baby Rosales, ina ng isang drug war victim, sinabihan po ako na magsampa ng kaso. Sinabi ko, wala po kaming pera at saka hindi amin ang batas. Hindi amin ang batas. Napakasakit marinig na tinanggap ng mga pamilya ng biktima ang kanilang kapalaran, na hindi nila kakampi ang hustisya sa bansang ito, na ang drug war ay para lamang sa mahihirap at ang batas ay para lamang sa mayayaman. This institution is not without fault for making them feel this way. It was far from being vocal when thousands of our people were being killed. And until now, no legislation has been passed to ensure accountability for the victims and their families. This institution may never be able to make this right, but we have a duty to try. Kailangan nating bumawi sa taong bayan. When we speak of justice and accountability, we are not merely talking of putting people behind bars. Justice for the victims and their families also means healing. Justice calls for the recognition of their truth, grief, pain, and suffering. Sa isang lipunang umiiral ang hustisya, sinusubukan nating paghilumin ang mga sugat na hindi kailanman gagaling. This representation with the Akbayan Reform Bloc seeks to file the EJK Victims Recognition and Reparation Act, a measure that will recognize drug war victims, provide reparations for them and their families, and establish a truth commission that will document the human rights violations during one of the darkest times in our recent history. Kasama ni na Cardinal Ambo David at ng Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, we urge the government to recognize and memorialize the victims of extrajudicial killings. We demand reparations for the families they left behind. We call for truth, an account of what transpired and who were responsible for it. The Truth Commission might be our only chance to knock and to plead for the forgiveness of our people. Tok-tok, hangyo, at ngayon, pag-ayo. To knock, to plead, but most importantly, to heal. Let this be the start of healing, not only for them, but for an entire nation wounded by its own justice system and callous leaders. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, kailangang malaman at maramdaman ni na Micah, Danica May at Skyler at lahat ng mga biktima ng war on drugs na hindi tayo makakalimot, na hindi natin sila isinasantabi, nakakampi na nila ang hustisya at sa dulo, kanila na rin ang batas. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Honorable
Mr. Speaker,
Your Leader.
may I request that I would be able to ask some questions to the good congressman who delivered the privileged speech today.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the gentleman from 6th District, City of Manila, Representative Benvenido Benny Abante, for his interpellation.
Honorable Benvenido Abante is recognized.
I cannot help, just arrived, Mr. Speaker. I cannot help but stand up, being the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights, and being the chairman even in the 19th Congress, Mr. Speaker. We have, for some time, investigated the war on drugs, which to me, Mr. Speaker, is a very grave human rights violation that happened during the time of the former administration. In fact, if you would remember, Mr. Speaker, my colleague, that even the former president said that he does not believe in human rights. Am I right? Have you heard that? Have you heard him say that?
Mr. Speaker, the good chairperson of the Committee on Human Rights remembers it correctly.
Yes. So, in fact, in our Quadcom hearing, he even said that he does not believe in human rights. So can you imagine? Can you imagine a man who can become a president of a certain country who does not believe in human rights? Di ba? That is to me a very abhorrent statement, to say the least. Teka nga. But the thing is this, no? Although naniniwala po ako na dapat nating pigilan o ihinto na ang drug problem sa Pilipinas. Hindi naman ako naniniwala na kinakailangan pumatay ka ng maraming tao para mawala ang drugs. In fact, Mr. Speaker, even today, after killing more than 30,000 people during his time, drugs are still very much prevalent in this country. We just imagine tons upon tons of drugs are being taken by the Philippine National Police at this time. Gusto ko lang po tanungin, Mr. Speaker, ang ating colleague dito, ilan na po ba ang na-account ninyo? Sapagkat nung Quadcom po namin, I think that we only have interviewed about 9 of them. And in fact, I challenged them. Huwag na kayong matakot. Iba na yung administrasyon. Huwag na kayong matakot dito. Lumabas na kayo because many of the victims actually, and perhaps our colleague here can even issue a statement right now, that even until now, many of our victims are still afraid to come out. And we would like to say this in public here in the plenary, that our victims should no longer be afraid to come out, because we have people here in Congress, just like my dear colleague here, that would like to do something about this and defend about this, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleague.
Mr. Speaker, I had the honor of participating in the Quadcom hearings led by the good chairperson of the Committee on Human Rights, along with the other chairpersons of the relevant committees. In these hearings, we unearthed many issues and concerns, and how systemic and systematic violence was in these institutions. And when we speak of what is the actual number, napakalaki po nung range. Sabi nung iba, 3,000. Sabi nung iba, 12,000. Sabi ng mga international bodies, 30,000. Panahon na po na magkaroon tayo ng isang truth commission ng malalim talaga na pagbabalik tanaw at pag-alaala para malaman natin ilan ba talaga sila. Kasi sa ngayon po, yung range of 3,000 to 30,000, hindi po yun acceptable. Kinakailangan ma-memorialize, maisulat natin yung mga pangalan. We recognize na ito ay pinatay nung panahong ito so that it will ease the pain of the families, yung mga naranasan nilang kawalan ng hustisya. At tama po kayo, Mr. Chairperson of the Committee on Human Rights, Mr. Speaker. Nung sinabi po ni Nanay Baby Rosales yung hindi sa amin ang batas, it was uttered during the Quadcom hearings.
Yes.
And it breaks my heart as a legislator. And it should break the hearts in this august chamber because it speaks so much of what needs to be done. So when the time comes that we file this legislation, we hope to have the support of the good chairperson, the Committee on Human Rights, and the other members in this august chamber now.
Nung sinabi yan, Mr. Speaker, tumayo yung balahibo ko eh. You know? Buti nila yung buhok ko, hindi rin tumayo eh. Pero talaga namang hindik, eka nga, ang lingwahe ng isang Pangulo ng Pilipinas na maaaring sabihin. Pero alam nyo, this is a nagging problem. And this will be a problem for many years until such time we are not in this hall able to resolve that problem. Napakalaki po ng problema niya. Gusto ko lang malaman sa ating colleague dito, Mr. Speaker, kung alam niyo na po ba kung ilan ang mga biktima na pupunta ng Hague para maging witness po dito sa war on drugs na ito?
Wala pa po tayong impormasyon sa ngayon on the exact number ng mga biktima na pupunta ng The Hague pagdating sa problema ito. But we understand na prior to the filing of the case and the arrest of the former president, nagkaroon na po ng processes para po imbestigahan at kunin ang kanilang mga naratibo. And we hope that the soonest time possible ay marinig pa rin po natin yung kanilang mga kwento. But I cannot overemphasize the need for the EJK Victims Recognition and Reparation Act. Sabayan po natin, habang ongoing ang pagdinig at paglilitis sa The Hague, gawin po natin yung ating sariling proseso ng memorialization so that we can take account of the horrors experienced by our kababayans during this bloody war on drugs. Mr. Speaker.
Alam ko po, Mr. Speaker, ang isang problema kaya hindi nakakapunta ng The Hague ang ibang mga biktima ay sapagkat may hirap lang po sila, no? At wala po silang means to go there. Palagay ko, even this Congress would be able to help financially. Ako, bilang isa, handa po akong tumulong personally and financially sa mga pupunta ron sa Hague upang sila po ay maging witness dito sa tinatawag nating war against humanity. Pagkat napakalawak po ito, Mr. Speaker. Dapat pong malaman ng taong bayan ang lawak at ang kahindik-hindik na mga nangyari ng past administration dito po sa war on drugs na ito. Hindi po ba, Mr. Speaker?
Mr. Speaker, tama po ang ating good chairperson of the Committee on Human Rights. It's a war against humanity. It's a war against the poor. At ngayon po nakita natin, it's a war against innocent children.
Yes, totoo po yan sapagkat nung iniimbestigahan po namin sa Quadcom, meron pang ang tinamaan ng ligaw na bala. Ang isang, I think it's a 9-year-old child doon po sa Cebu City because on the war on drugs. Hindi lang yan, kundi napakarami din po naman na naging biktima na hindi naman po sila drug peddlers. Oo, sila po yung mga inosenteng tao. Meron nga po dyan na pinagtanungan lang kung nasaan yung pido. Oo, yung pido, yun yung drug pusher. Hindi sabi ng tao hindi ko alam. Hindi ko naman kilala yun, hindi ko alam yun Binaril kagad yung pinagtanungan Can you imagine, pinagtanungan lang po ito, binaril na. O ngayon, nakakawala pa rin yung pido. Hanggang ngayon, drug pusher pa rin yung pido. Naniniwala po ako, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, na kapag yan po ay drug user o nabiktima ng drug, hindi po kinakailangan patayin yan. Kinakailangan rehabilitate yan. Magkaroon naman tayo ng kaunting awa sapagkat hindi naman lahat po ng mga nagtitake ng drugs gusto nila yung drugs. Napilitan lamang sila, kaya kinakailangan po itulungan at rehabilitate po natin yan. Hindi po dapat pa yan. Ako, ipapayag po ako kung mga drug trafficker po yan at talaga namang yan ang negosyo nila. Pero hindi po, Mr. Speaker. Yung pong mga drug trafficker, ikinulong lang. Wala naman nangyari. Wala namang napatay ng mga drug trafficker, Mr. Speaker. Ang mga napapatay, yung mga ordinaryo, mga drug pusher, yung mga mahihirap po. Kaya ako po tumayo upang sabihin po na ako isang ayon sa tinabi ng ating akbayan, di ba? Akbayan kulig dito. Sinasangayunan ko po yan. At sana po magkaroon na po ng talagang resolusyon. Ito pong problemang ito. Sapagkat as long as we are just sitting and not doing anything about it, we will not be able to resolve this problem. And this is the problem of life, no, and death. Hindi lang po ito problema ng drugs, problema po ito ng buhay. And even our God, minahal niya ang buhay. Kaya siya ay nais magbigay sa atin ng buhay na walang hanggan because of that, because He loves life. Yung death, hindi natin talaga nais yan. Walang gusto ng kamatayan. Nais natin ay gusto ng buhay. Kaya muli, Mr. Speaker, maraming salamat, my dear colleague, for that privileged speech. And I pray and ask that this privileged speech of yours would have some solution soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much to our dear colleague. Para po kila Micah, Danica May at Skyler, bigyan po natin na mas malalim na kahulugan ang ating pagdiriwang ng Children's Month. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.